And what's good, everybody? Early stream here, right in the morning. Welcome you guys back in here on this Black Friday. Happy morning, everybody, out to you guys as I'll be calling play-by-play once again. Gonzaga versus Auburn. Number one ranked Gonzaga got to call them yesterday, and dude, they were firing in absolute cylinders all over the place against Kansas. They were just lights out from the floor. Drew Timme, great game with 25 points. As Suggs had his debut yesterday for Gonzaga. Had a fantastic game for Jalen Suggs. 24 points, 8 assists. Looks so good from the floor. And then Corey Kispert had 23. Those three, and then Ayai flying under the radar had a solid game as well with 15. Gonzaga right back at it. They put up a 102 spot on the board against Kansas yesterday. They take on Auburn. Auburn able to survive yesterday in overtime against St. Joseph's, 96-91. Now, Auburn last year, they were ranked inside the top 15 throughout like the entire portion of last season. They lost their top 6 scores, though, from last season. So a rebuilding year for Bruce Pearl here for Auburn, as they saw 5 graduating seniors. Then Isaac Okoro leave to go over to the NBA draft. And it's basically a whole new team here for the Tigers. They're going to have a massive test today with their hands full against number one ranked Gonzaga going down. I'll be calling this one. If you guys enjoy the stream here, make sure to spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub here, ring that notification bell as well. Welcome in here, Titus. Glad to have you on the channel here. Mikey, what is good, man? Glad to have you on board, brother. All the new people, welcome in here for stopping them by. Cooper, what's good here? We got the Mod Squad back. Bradley and Ryan's back here. Steven, what's good, man? Yeah, I have no clue why they just haven't had Sharif Cooper. Just, there's what I heard, it's like swirling eligibility or so, like to talk about his eligibility, where they just didn't let him play for the NCAA. It makes like 0 sense to me or so. It's just really unfortunate when you bring in a 5-star recruit and he just hasn't played this season. Didn't get to play in the first game, and he might not even play for Auburn this year. I think he might be thinking about playing overseas. Wow, this is a quick tip-off. Usually they do like a 5-minute pregame, but they're just going to go straight to the tip-off here. So Auburn in the dark blue jerseys for this one, Gonzaga in the white uniforms. This game just tipped off, and I just started a stream. Isaac, welcome in, man, for stopping on by. And indeed, Andrew Nemhard backing up Suggs right off the bench, too. They have so many good players here. This team is so deep for Gonzaga. Auburn took the 3, no good off the mark. First possession now, Gonzaga. With the basketball left baseline, Anton Watson moves it out around the perimeter to the left wing here into the hands of Suggs. Passes over top of the key over to Kispert. Kispert now turns the corner, drives inside, puts it up, and in. That's good for 2. They shot the ball over 60% from the floor yesterday against Kansas, which was a top 10 defense last season, and completely wrecked them. Basically, like, almost double what Kansas had allowed last season. Kansas allowed, like, just over 60 points to their opponents. Gonzaga put up a 102 yesterday. Second possession, Auburn now with the basketball. They have it into the hands of Allen Flanagan. Pass over to the right corner. That's a 3 taken. They sink it. Number 35, Devin Cambridge knocks that one down. So Gonzaga with a quick lead, but Auburn had the quick lead right there, but Gonzaga quick respond right back. They just go so fast up the court right there. Suggs able to find Timme underneath, and he puts it up and in for 2. He got fouled as well from behind. Oh, that's awesome. Adina Beck, welcome in here. Jalen Suggs went to his school in Minnesota. That's awesome, man. Glad to have you on the channel here, Isaac. Welcome in, man. Isaac predicting here Gonzaga going to hit triple digits again today. 189, his prediction is. Gonzaga with a free throw, they knock it down. 5-3 the score, 18:48 left to go. Auburn with the basketball, and it's going to get tipped to the backcourt and goes out of bounds. So Auburn with the basketball once again. They're going to take it past half court. They were close to almost turning that over, and they do right there. Gonzaga comes in, but the refs call, they're going to say reach and fall. Actually, it's on Ayai, so the clock will stop with 18:41. Looked like he had a clean steal possibly for a second. Mark Few just picked up his 600th victory all-time yesterday. He has a career record of 600 wins, 124 losses. Auburn with the inbound, trailing by 2 here, 5-3 to score. 18:35 left to go. Auburn with the basketball. Tyrell Jones going to take a deep three from way out. They knock it down. They're living by the 3. Perfect 2 for 2 from the perimeter, so they take a 1-point lead. Gonzaga now with a possession. Jalen Suggs past the half-court logo. Moves over to the left wing. Into the hands of Kispert. Pass over to Watson, top of the key, back outside of Yai. Moves it underneath here. Timmy. Shot fake, puts it up, and he gets fouled there. Drew Timmy going to go to the free throw line and shoot the and one coming up as Auburn picked up the foul right from behind on Timmy. So right before this game, actually, there was question marks about this game too, like if it was going to even be played today, because I guess two of the players for Gonzaga, this is according to Jeff Goodman of Stadium, 2 players for Gonzaga, they are out today due to COVID protocols, and according to his post, I guess it's 2 of the younger players for Gonzaga. And at the free throw line, he hits it down. 8-6 so far to score. Auburn took the jumper, no good off the mark. Gonzaga pushing it now. As a Yai drives inside, try to float it up. There was nobody there, though. No teammate gets picked off there by Auburn. Auburn now with the basketball. Dish underneath here. Low post. Auburn swarm. Ball gets tapped out of bounds. They turn it over. Number 35 for Auburn. Devin Cambridge swallowed by 3 defenders. Lost control at the baseline with it. And Gonzaga going to have the basketball back. What's good here, Nag? Welcome to the channel, man. Glad to have you on board once again. Isaac predicts here in the first half, Gonzaga's going to put up 67 to Auburn's 45 in the first half. That's a ton of points, man. Hey, thanks so much, Mikey, for stopping on by, man. Indeed, have a nice day to you as well, man. Glad to have you on the channel, brother. As Gonzaga takes a 3 and they knock it down from the outside. Joel Ayayi hits that one down. Gonzaga by 5, their largest lead so far. Auburn now with the basketball. If you guys enjoy what I do here, I cover play-by-play. College basketball, NBA, the ball gets stolen away. Jalen Suggs going to tear it down right there with a right-handed flush. Gonzaga extends to 7 here. 17 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in the first half. Auburn now with the ball. They have it at the top of the key. Moves over to the left wing, Devin Cambridge. Passes over now to Dylan Cardwell into the game for the first time today. Takes the jumper. That one's way off the mark. No good. Gonzaga comes up with a rebound. They're going to push tempo once again. Kispert, pass over to the right baseline, underneath the Yai, puts it back outside. Into the hands of Watson here. Watson takes the 3, it's no good off the mark, rebound Auburn. Tigers now with the ball. Dribbles left baseline, and they pass it, it goes out of bounds. Nobody even there right there, they were trying to fit it into the right baseline, and quite a bit of turnover so far for the Auburn Tigers. And Gonzaga, they just play so fast, they push the ball up the court constantly. And they got length and size in this team, and man, they look so dangerous. So Gonzaga's going to have the basketball right back. Bulldogs have it into the hands here. Kispert, top of the key. Slides it over to Ayayi. Pass inside underneath as they took the shot, no good off the mark, and Auburn has it, and they turn it over once again. Pass up the court right there. Butterfingers off Jamal Johnson's hands. Goes out of bounds. And Gonzaga going to have it right back with 16:25 left to go. The Zebros, welcome on the channel here, man. Thanks to Alabama, Crimson Tide's going to win the championship this year. College football. What's good, Ryan? Appreciate, man, for stopping by. Is liking Gonzaga in this one by 14. Isaac loving college basketball. Anton Woody, the Mod Squad's back here. What's good, guys? Glad to have you join me once again on this Black Friday. Gonzaga with the ball off the turnover by Auburn. 16:10 left to go in the first half. Jalen Suggs now with the ball. Has it at the left wing. Passes over to the top here. Ayayi, shot fake, back out of Suggs. He's open, takes the 3. No good off the mark. If they get the offensive rebound, though, Timmy able to get that one around the perimeter. Timmy going to set it up. Puts into the hands of Kispert. Pass outside once again to Watson. Back over to Kispert. Deep 3. Takes it. Makes it. Corey Kispert from the outside, and they get their largest lead now by 10 here. 16-6. 15:40 left to go in the first half. Auburn now with the basketball. Into the hands of Jalen Williams, top of the key, drives inside, and there's contact underneath there. Foul. The clock will stop with 15:32, and it's going to be offensive by Jalen Williams as Gonzaga took the charge. So we're going to go into the first timeout today in this game right now. 16-6 to score. Over 50 people on in the chat here. If you guys are new in the channel, hit me up down in the chat who you got in this one. If you're going Gonzaga, if you're going Auburn, if you enjoy the stream here, I cover play-by-play of basketball games, college basketball, NBA games as well. I'll be back later for Seton Hall versus Louisville, so feel free to stop on by for that one. Make sure to spike that thumbs up if you guys enjoy the stream. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and ring that notification bell as well. Hey, what's good, Ant? Welcome in, man, for stopping on by. He thinks Gonzaga is going to win by 20 in this one. Wouldn't surprise me, for sure. Maybe 30. My prediction here for this game today, I'm going to predict Gonzaga in this one 92-66 for my prediction. They looked just so good yesterday against Kansas. How can you watch this live? It's over on Fox. So it's on broadcast TV over on Fox as well. What's good, Jackson? Welcome in, man, for stopping on by. He's going to go with Gonzaga as well in this one. I'm going to see if I can bring up some of the stats here to this game so far. No problem, man. Thanks for asking, bud. So right now we're just on a timeout currently in this game. We're going to get back in a little bit into this one. Right now 16-6 Gonzaga though with 15:31 remaining so far. Gonzaga once again picking off where they left off yesterday. 67% from the floor, 6 for 9 shooting, hitting down 2 triples from the outside. The leading scorer so far for Gonzaga, it is Corey Kispert. He has 8 out of the 16 points, so half of his team's points so far for Kispert. Having a great game to start off yesterday. It was the three of those. It was Ayayi, Kispert, and Suggs having fantastic game yesterday. And then also, Timmy actually had the biggest game there for Gonzaga yesterday. Hey, thanks so much, Isaac. Appreciate it, man, for the sub. Hey, Calgaro, welcome to the channel, man. Betting Gonzaga on this one for a $1,500 wager payout to go for $2,700 there. That's awesome. He's going for Gonzaga in this one. Yup, I got Santa back here onto the stream, so I replaced my basketball pillow with Santa now since we got Black Friday. Less than a month away before Christmas. Santa coming to town. Landon, what's good here for stopping on by, man? Mark Few, best active win percentage all of college basketball with almost an 83% win percentage as head coach at Gonzaga. Just got his 600th victory yesterday against Kansas. And they got such a tough non-conference schedule that they have. They have Baylor coming up. They also got Iowa coming up later in December. And then West Virginia next week as well. Thanks so much for the sub, Calogero. Really appreciate it, man. As we get right back to action, Gonzaga going to have the basketball as we have 15:30 left to go in the first half of this one. As Gonzaga has into the hands of Jalen Suggs. Pass over to the left wing. Anton Watson going to take the 3. No good. Hit the front rim. Fight for the rebound. Auburn has it. Amber Lee, what's good here? Happy holidays indeed to you. Glad to have you on the channel once again. Auburn now with the ball. They dribble at the left elbow. Leave it out for the left wing. JT Thor back outside. Going to take the 3. And Auburn hits it. Jamal Johnson from the perimeter knocks that one down. 7-point game. Gonzaga with the ball. Suggs bounce pass into the hands of Timmy. Backing his way in there off the spin move. Tried to put it up. It got blocked though. As Auburn's going to have it right back. Justin Powell passes out to the right corner. 3 ball once again. Jamal Johnson hits it. They are living right in this game. They're winning 4 points right now because of the 3 balls going down in this one so far by Auburn. Hitting down triples, and that is their 4th 3-point shot of the game. Gonzaga quick right back at them as they will go and take a 3 of their own, and Gonzaga knocks it down. 19-12 to score. Gonzaga also with a steal here. Jalen Suggs, 1 minute beat. Oh, big time move with a stretch right there. Puts it up and in for 2. Absorbs the contact, and Suggs as well going to go to the free throw line and shoot 1 coming up for Gonzaga as the clock will stop with 14-19. They were pickpocketing Kansas yesterday in that game right at half court with quite a bit of steals, and once again today another steal, and Jalen Suggs goes the distance and he cashed it home for 2. Jalen Suggs, 4 points, 2 assists so far. and 2 steals in this game, looking so good. Free throw at the line by Suggs, no good off the mark. Rebound Auburn. 9-point game currently. Over 50 people out in the chat. Really, thank you guys for stopping by here for some morning basketball, everyone. Gonzaga now, Auburn now with the ball as they have it at the left wing. Moves it back top of the key here. Justin Powell with it. Passes over to Jamal Johnson. He moves it back over to Powell. Almost lost control of it that time, but able to get it right back to the top here. Auburn has it. Pass over to number 10, JT Thor. Bounce pass inside, and that's going to be a big block in the post by Gonzaga. Huge block right there by Kispert. Gonzaga is going to have it right back. They're going to set it up. Nembhard now into the game for the first time today. Bounce pass underneath over to Timmy. Spin move up and under. Too good inside. Drew Timmy for 2 right there. And Gonzaga extends it to 11. 13.5 left to go. Auburn now with the ball. Takes the jumper. They got it at the left elbow. That's a King Bola who hits the jumper there. And it's a 9-point game as he is into the game for the first time today. 6'10" center for Auburn. Gonzaga right back outside. They're going to take a 3. They knock it down. Corey Kispert from the perimeter. They are just so fast up tempo with their offense. It is so tough to stop Gonzaga. Auburn now with the ball. Under 13 left to go in the first half. Tigers now with the basketball. Top of the key, Justin Powell. Dribbles to the right wing. Takes the 3. Knocks it down by Justin Powell. His foot was on the line, though, so they're going to give him a 2. There's like 3 different 3-point marks here on this court. So 3 different perimeter lines that they have here at this Fort Myers court. Gonzaga push it out to the left corner. Nembhard took the 3. It's an air ball, though. Overshot the rim at the left corner. Rebound Auburn. 12.5 left to go here in the first half. Auburn has the ball. Able to live through the 3 balls. They take another one. That one hit the rim short. They get the offensive rebound, though. Tigers with the ball. Going to take another deep 2. This time it's no good off the mark, and Timmy comes up with the rebounds. Hey, what's good, Brayton? Welcome in, man, for stopping on by. Right corner. Step 3. Takes it off the slide step. No good there by Aaron Cook. Offensive rebounds as they got it by Kispert, and he put it out of bounds off an Auburn player. So Gonzaga will have the basketball back here as the clock will stop. Over 60 people watching this video now. If you're a first timer here, hit that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. I cover play-by-play basketball games here, college basketball, NBA games, and Behind the Arc basketball. Feel free to be a part here of the play-by-play community. Let me know who you got here in this game down in the chat below as well, who you're rooting for as well, if you're going Gonzaga or Auburn. Gonzaga with the ball in the inbound, 8 on the shot clock. Nembhard has it, top of the key as he dribbles. Dribbles now at the free throw circle. Jumper takes it. No good. Hit the rim short. Fight for the rebound underneath. And the Tigers going to pick this one up with a board. Auburn trailing by 10 to get the basketball as they take it past half court. Quick foul picked up here. It's going to be on a reach-in by Aaron Cook of Gonzaga. Clock will stop with 11:40. So we're going to go into another timeout right now. 11:40 remaining here in the first half. Gonzaga looking solid. Once again, shooting the ball. Great clip from the floor. 56% so far in this one by the Zags. 10 for 18. Auburn able to stay in this game quite a bit because of the 3s that they've knocked down. They're 50% from 3-point range. 4 for 8 from the floor right now. So we take a look. Leading scorers. Corey Kispert. He leads the way for Gonzaga. He's got 11 points. He is perfect. 4 for 4. 2 for 2 from the perimeter in this one for Kispert. And then Jalen Suggs. He's got 4 points so far for Gonzaga. He also has 3 assists. 2 steals and 1 block in this one. And then for Auburn here, it's Jalen Johnson with 2 3-point shots he has made as he's got 6 points. Subject 62, welcome in here for stopping on board. Gonzaga by 20 he likes in this one. Wouldn't shock me at all if Gonzaga is able to win this by 20 plus. Isaac likes Gonzaga by 22. Steven here going out for Gonzaga as well. MF Pumps welcome in here for stopping them by. Yeah, I just don't know, like, why in the world they just don't have him playing for Sharif Cooper. Like, I heard it's something with his eligibility. It's just so unfortunate. You bring in a 5-star recruit and he can't even play. Hey, what's good, Vegas? Welcome in, man, for stopping them by here. some early morning basketball for everybody today. By the way, this is the first time I've ever called like a AM game, so I've never called like an early in the morning game before. So this is the first time I've covered a game in the AM, so earliest stream I've ever done. Landon, what's good here for stopping on by, man? Glad to have you on the channel, man. I'm gonna do bowl games this year. I'm just gonna stick to basketball. So I did have a football channel, but the football channel didn't really get like many people into it, and I like covering basketball more than football, so I'm just gonna stick to basketball right now. What's good, Lamario? Welcome back in here, man, for stopping by. Yes, a rare early morning basketball today. 11 a.m. tip-off on the East Coast. If you guys are on the West Coast, this is a really early 8 a.m. tip-off time, Pacific time there on the West Coast for this game. It's not as early as the London games, though, for the NFL, where you have the London games where they used to play in the NFL start at like 9:30 on the East Coast, and it was 6:30 in the morning over Pacific time. Crazy how they do that. And some of the times they had like the Chargers or the Rams in those London games too, and they put them in that early time slot. James, what's good here? Welcome on the channel here, James. Drinking tea right now for Vegas as we're on a timeout. Yeah, it is long. Like especially college football games. Like those go like 4 hours sometimes. Yep, 9 a.m. tip-off in the Mile High City there in Denver. Welcome on the channel, Caligaro. Really appreciate it, man, for finding my channel. 70 people right now in the chat. If you guys watch my other streams, we had quite a bit of pretty good games so far that we covered. Gonzaga, I covered them against Kansas yesterday, and dude, they look just so good. Just high-flying offense, and Kansas is a small ball type of team. They lost Azubuike to the NBA, and also their leading scorer, Devon Dotson. And yeah, they just could not keep up yesterday with Gonzaga. I plan on covering Kentucky, Kansas. I just checked the weather before I started streaming. We're supposed to get like a pretty big storm on Tuesday, though, like with wind and rain. So I plan on covering it unless I lose power on Tuesday. This is the actual game here. This is play-by-play, so I can't show the actual screen of the game because it'll get removed by copyright. That's why it says up on the top, no TV will be shown due to copyright, play-by-play only. So we are right back into the game here, 26-16 the score. Gonzaga got the steal off of Auburn as we're back after the timeout. They went inside, and Auburn picks up the foul, so Aaron Cook, number 4, he's going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2 coming up for Gonzaga. Hey, what's good, Carter? Welcome on the stream here. Thanks so much for the sub, brother. Appreciate it for being a part here on the channel. Both of the free throws going down at the line by Gonzaga. 11:20 left to go in the first half. Auburn now with the basketballs. They're going to take it inside underneath, and Gonzaga picks up a foul right before the shot as the clock will stop. Do I like Tennessee baseball? James puts out. I'm not like a big fan into college baseball. I don't like follow college baseball that much. I used to play baseball all the way up through high school. I'm from Massachusetts, by the way, but I'm a fan for I don't really follow college baseball, but I'm a fan for college hoops for Providence and Rhode Island. 28-16 the score is Gonzaga Auburn goes spin move inside, and Gonzaga's defense lays it up and in for 2. It's a 10-point game. Gonzaga now with the basketball as they have it past half court here. It's Aaron Cook. Dribbles towards the left wing. Pass over to the top here to Nembhard. He turns the corner. Dish out to the right corner here. Into the hands of He puts it back in. They lost control of it. Goes into the backcourt. Ball tipped out of bounds. As there's a fight for the basketball. Powell came in right there. Tried to disrupt the pass. And I think it's going to be out of bounds by Gonzaga. See the final call in just a moment. Basketball right there. Yeah, that makes more sense. I think they're going to do really well this year for Tennessee. I have a lot of like Tennessee fans in these streams too. I know Jack and Dakota comes to a lot of these streams, and they're big Tennessee fans. I've covered Tennessee quite a bit too. I think they're going to do really well this year. Finish second in the SEC behind Kentucky. Auburn with the ball off the inbound. They're going to go inside, and they Slam it down right there, right behind the defense. Javon Franklin for 2. 28-20 to score. Yeah, pretty early. We're not even at noontime right now on the East Coast. Never mind Pacific Coast, where it's 9:20 or 8:24 in the morning. Gonzaga with the ball, pass inside underneath, and they're gonna put it up and in. That's good for 2 by the big fella, 7-footer from Mali, Omar Ballo for 2, as he is on the scoreboard. 10-point lead, 10 minutes left to go here in the first half. Auburn with the basketball. Powell puts it up underneath. They're gonna turn it over. As Allen Flanagan, instead of going for the turnaround jumper, he tried to pass it to his teammate Cardwell, and it went off his fingertips underneath the hoop and goes out of bounds. This game is on Fox, so it's over on Broadcast TV over on Fox. Yep, already know Ryan's favorite college team. Landon puts out he thinks Western Kentucky can pull off the upset today against number 15 ranked West Virginia. If Western Kentucky is able to do that, that would put them in the top 25. That should definitely be able to put them into the top 25 on Monday. Gonzaga with the basketball, dribbles around the defense, lays it up and in with the right hand. That's good for Jalen Suggs. They extend it back to 12 here. 9.5 left to go in the first half. Auburn with the ball. Tyrell Jones has it. He's guarded by Suggs at the top of the key. Tyrell Jones with the basketball at the edge of the Fort Myers tip-off logo. Dribbles now at the left wing. Nemhard switches over to guard him. Tyrell Jones with the ball. Dribbles now left baseline. Floats it up. There's contact here. There's a foul. It's going to be by Nemhard. Clock will stop with 9:16. Hey, Gahenda Dillon. What is good, man? Hello here. Glad to have you stopping by. Welcome in, Cole, on the channel. This game's over on Fox. Thanks so much, Kyle. Really appreciate it, brother. So yeah, if you guys enjoy the content, I cover play-by-play of college basketball games, NBA games as well here. Make sure, if you're on this video for the first time, spike that thumbs up. Hitting that like helps out this video a ton. If you want to come back for future streams, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. Auburn now with the basketball off the inbound. 4 fouls picked up in the first half by Gonzaga, 5 by Auburn so far. Tigers with it, 9 minutes left to go here, first half. They have it at the left elbow, backs their way inside for Auburn. Underneath, puts it up, no good off the back rim. Rebounds, goes to Jalen Suggs here, Gonzaga. He is looking good, full court pass right ahead there. Ayaido tried to go for the layup, but there's a block from behind by Auburn. Tigers have it right back. They moved it out to the right corner. Ball went out of bounds, though, so another costly turnover for the Tigers in this game. That is their 8th total turnover so far in this game, as we're going to go to a timeout right now in the court. 32-20. Gonzaga leads this one. Actually, they're going to go, it looked like they were going to go to a timeout, but they're going to go and get the inbound here for Gonzaga. That was quite a bit of time before the last possession. Suggs passes inside, and that was Timmy who had the ball, and there's going to be a foul from behind by Auburn, trying to take the ball away from Timmy, and a reach in there by the Tigers. Huey, what's good here? Huey hooping for stopping them by, man. Really appreciate it, man, for being a part here. Who did I gut? Kentucky or Kansas in the game on Tuesday? I'm going to take Kentucky in that one. Thanks so much for the sub, James. Really appreciate it, brother. What happened to Auburn? I don't expect them to be like really competitive and make it close in this game. Auburn lost so much in the offseason. They lost their top 6 scorers. So I would honestly be shocked if this game was close for the final score. Auburn has the basketball, takes the jumper. That is too high off the backboard. Rebound Gonzaga. Gonzaga has into the hands of Nemhard. Pass outside here. They're going to take a 3. It was halfway home. No good. Ayai missed it, but a follow-up there. Drew Timmy. Strong up and in off the offensive rebound. Puts it home for 2 by Timmy. 14-point Gonzaga lead. 8 minutes left to go before halftime. Auburn now with the basketball. They have it at the right wing perimeter. Step back 3 in the air. No good off the mark. They're now just forcing up threes, trying to get right back into this game. And Gonzaga's been wrecking Auburn in the paint once again. 20 points in the paint out of the 34. Who am I predicting to win this? I predict Gonzaga by a lot in this game. My prediction here for this one, Gonzaga 92, Auburn 66. So that's my prediction here. Yeah, Von's surprised here about Fox covering a morning game here. I'm shocked that Fox is doing this. They never done this before, that they're calling like a morning game. Isaac predicts here, go Syracuse to make it to the Final Four. Syracuse got their season opener today against Bryant. Syracuse's offense should be really good. I think they retained 4 players out of their starting 5. Only lost Elijah Hughes, their leading scorer, but they bring back a lot of firepower. The coach's son, Buddy Boeheim, he's back, and they also have Marek Dolajai, Barama Sidibe, he is back. They got quite a bit of good players, and then Joe Girard, who was really good last year, young player in the roster. That team was young last season. They were rebuilding last year. So we have 7:45 before halftime right now. We're on the timeout as well. Gonzaga up by 14. Looking good once again from the floor. 56% shooting. 14 for 25 right now shooting from the floor. And so far as we take a look, leading scorers, Corey Kispert leads the way. He's got 11 points. 10 points by Drew Timme. And then Jalen Suggs so far, 6 points. 3 assists, 2 steals by Jalen Suggs. Maine opens up Sunday against Quinnipiac. Yeah, that could go either way. That would probably be a close game right there. Strange Clouds welcome in here for stopping by. I think, yeah, that could very well be a good possibility that Gonzaga could win it all this year. Do I think Tennessee will make it to the Final Four? Right now I'm going to say no, but we haven't seen them play. My Final Four prediction as of today, of course, subject to change throughout the season, subject to change daily or weekly or so, depending on how all these teams play or so. Yeah, Baylor's yet to play, so we still don't know about Baylor. But for my Final Four right now, I've got Baylor, Gonzaga, Illinois, and Iowa for my Final Four currently. So right now we're on the timeout. Just one other game going on right now. Middle Tennessee leading East Tennessee State 14-13. Number 4 ranked Virginia tips off against San Francisco. That game's going to start at like any minute from now, actually, over at Mohegan Sun. Virginia, 14-point favorites. I'm actually shocked that Virginia is only a 14-point favorite. I thought it'd be more like a 18 or 20-point favorite for Virginia in that one, because San Francisco, they lost on Wednesday night. They lost against UMass Lowell on Wednesday night, which is a pretty bad loss for them when you lose to a team from the America East. Am I happy with the Celtics pick for the NBA draft? I was wishing for Sadiq Bey for the Celtics to pick up for the first one at 14 that they had in the draft, but I'll take Aaron Nesmith right there. And I really like that second pick that they got. Peyton Pritchard, he was great at Oregon, and they released Brad Wanamaker, so it looks like Peyton Pritchard has the shot to be a backup point guard behind Kemba Walker this season. I really like that pick. Dixon going for Villanova to make it to the Final Four. Possibility as well to do that as well. We're back to action, 34-20 to score on some early morning basketball. First ever time I've covered a game in the morning. Nemhard shooting 2 at the line for Gonzaga. First one's up. That one's good. Second free throw, no good. They get the offensive rebound, though. Gonzaga has it with Jalen Suggs. What is good, my man? John from Off the Wall Hockey. Glad to have you in the stream, brother. Yeah, we had an awesome Thanksgiving, man. Hope all went well with you, dude. Check out his channel. If you guys like NHL, check it out on Off the Wall Hockey. My best friend, John. Sometimes he's on some of my streams as well. Feel free to stop on board if you guys like the NHL. 37-20 to score. Gonzaga just scored in the post. Auburn now with the basketballs. They're going to go inside. Puts it up and in for 2. That's by the big fella right there. As they get that one down. That is a King Bola who hits that one. 37-22 to score. Gonzaga plays so fast. Gonzaga had the ball, missed the shot. Auburn with it, drove inside, and we have a foul call here on the court. So the clock will stop. What's good? Howdy. Ty, what's good, man, for stopping them by here, brother. Gonzaga just looks so good so far this season. They shoot the ball so well, produce so much inside, and they're just wrecking once again. They wrecked Kansas inside yesterday, shot the ball over 60% from the floor, and today, once again, they are looking solid. So 2 free throws coming up at the line by Tyrell Jones at Auburn. First one's up and good. Syracuse going to win it all this year for Isaac, he puts out there. Yeah, it is early, especially on the West Coast for you guys. Welcoming Ian out there. So good morning out to you guys. This is the earliest stream I've ever done before on a Black Friday. I actually had the day off from work here. So I had yesterday off and Thanksgiving, and I had today off as well. Second free throw, that one's up and good by Auburn. 13-point lead. Gonzaga going to get the inbounds. And before that, we have a stoppage in time on the court there, as Mark Few's going to take a timeout for Gonzaga. So clock will stop here. 37-24 to score. 7:05 left to go in the first half, as we'll go on a quick timeout. Hey, good morning here. James, welcome on the channel here. Glad to have you guys in the channel. Ryan here for his prediction. Seton Hall against Louisville got a 1-point game. That should be a great game today. I'm going to take Louisville in that one later today, because Seton Hall, they were paused for 2 weeks. Their team was in quarantine, and they just got out of quarantine a couple of days ago. So Seton Hall is going to be playing their first game later today, and Louisville has one game underneath their belt. So I'm going to take Louisville in that one. A close game, though. I think both of those teams are evenly matched. Both of those teams just outside the top 25. I'll predict Louisville in that one, 65-62. Do I track college football? I haven't paid attention to much college football this year. College football where I am just isn't big. Not even close compared to college basketball or the NFL here. I'm from Massachusetts, by the way, so it's like college football is nothing over here. Like it's a joke in New England with UMass and UConn football. Absolute joke compared to the college hoop scene here with PC, UConn, so much better. And then, of course, the Patriots. I'm a huge New England sports fan, so Patriots, Red Sox, Bruins, Celtics, huge fan for New England sports. But, yeah, it's nothing compared to what it is down in the Southeast for college football over there. It's crazy. 6:50 left to go in the first half. Auburn now with the basketball. They trail by 13 in this one. Tigers, where they're going to take a three from the outside. It's up, and they sink it. Auburn able to stay in this game because of three-point shots. If they hadn't been making these triples, it would be really tough in this one. They are 5 for 10 from the outside. 6.5 left to go in the first half. Gonzaga doing the majority of their work once again inside the low post. Leading scorer Drew Timme with 12. As he has the basketball, passes over now to Ayayi, moves it back to the top of the key. Anton Watson passes inside to Timme, backs his way, turnaround jumper, no good off the mark that time, rebound Auburn. Tigers now with the ball. 6:10 left to go in the first half. If you guys enjoyed the stream, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub. I'm really thankful for you guys for stopping on by here the day after Thanksgiving. 3-point shot, Auburn. Going to just jack up another perimeter shot that time. They missed their rebound. Gonzaga pushing tempo. Jalen Suggs, too good to the move right there to the bucket. Able to get past the defender. Puts it up and in for 2. He is looking so good right now. Jalen Suggs, 8 points so far. 3 assists. 2 steals and a block in this game for the 5-star freshman. Second career game for Gonzaga. Auburn now with the ball. Approaching 5.5 left to go. Tigers have it around the perimeter. Tyrell Jones passes outside, going to take a 3 this time, and Devin Cambridge sinks it. 3-point shots. That's their 6th one of the game here in the first half by Auburn, as they draw a win in 9 time stops with 5.5 remaining in the first half. Kyle here from Chicago. Welcome on the channel, man, for Chicago. We connect the world out here. We have people from all over on the streams. When I covered the NBA games, we had a crazy amount of people that came to those streams from the Philippines. I don't know anymore. Predicting Louisville on that one. 86-70. He likes for that prediction. Virginia up quick. Lead against San Francisco. Looks like scoreboard update for you guys right now. Virginia leads over on ESPN 7-2 at Mohegan Sun in the first 3 minutes and 45 seconds through in that one for Virginia. San Francisco, by the way, embarrassing loss on Wednesday against UMass Lowell. That was a definite game that San Francisco should have had, and he lost to UMass Lowell in that game. A couple of teams just really got embarrassed on the first night. Mississippi State looks awful. They couldn't even score 50 points against Clemson. They lost yesterday against Liberty. They start 0-2, and Kansas State as well had that bad loss against Drake to start off. 39-30 to score. Auburn with the basketball. As they have it at the left baseline, took the jumper. Looks like there's a foul called in the court. Clock will stop with 5:26. Yeah, we're getting close to that 10K mark, man. Getting really close. Do you think the Hornets could be a playoff team for this season? Probably not this season, but they're going to get better, I feel like, with Gordon Hayward. Not this season. I think the Atlanta Hawks can get there this year for the playoffs. 39-30 to score, 5:13 left to go. As Gonzaga took it inside, and the shot went off the rim right there. Got tipped out of bounds underneath. There was a fight for the basketball underneath there, and they're going to say it was out of bounds by Auburn. So Gonzaga will have it right back. Gonzaga inbound, 5:13 remaining. Passes out to the top here. Moves it over to the left baseline. Going to take the jumper. That one's good for two. Anton Watson inside. Got it. 41-30 now to score. 5 minutes left to go in the first half here. Auburn with the ball as they have it top of the key. Powell moves it over to the left wing. Into the hands of Cardwell. Passes out on top here to Javon Franklin. Franklin goes inside. Another quick fall. The clock will stop with 4:50. Fouls have been picking up recently in this game right now. It was an offensive foul by Auburn, so Gonzaga has it right back. Bulldogs with the ball as they have it top of the key. Aaron Cook looking to pass it off. He does. Puts into the hands of Watson around the perimeter. Watson now with the basketball with 4.5 left to go. Moves it out to the top here as Ayayi slides it over to Kispert. Kispert pass over to Watson. Lob over to the top underneath here as Timmy's going to put it up. First one's blocked. Able to get it right back. Missed it though. But there's a foul call underneath. Number 44 for Auburn. Picks up the blocking foul by Dylan Cardwell. And it's going to send 2 free throws coming up to the line by Drew Timme here at Gonzaga. Got over 80 people on the chat. Really, thank you guys for stopping on by here. If you guys are new in the channel, spike that thumbs up. Hitting that like helps out this video a ton being found on YouTube. Hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. First free throw, good at the line by Drew Timme with 4:25 left to go. He's got 13 today in this game, a leading scorer for Gonzaga. Second free throw coming up here at the line by Timme. And he connects with that one also. Drew Timme just looks so impressive in the first game and once again has 14 in the first half. 4:20 left to go before halftime. Auburn now with the basketball past half court. Powell moves over to the right wing to Chris Moore. Back over to the left wing to Powell. Pass over to Cardwell, hands it over to Powell here. Powell drives inside, floats it up. Ball gets tipped up, and this gets intercepted right there in the key by Gonzaga. Great defensive play to get their hands up. Ayayi was able to get himself the steal. Watson moves it over now into the hands of Kispert. Kispert passes over to Cook, back outside to the right corner. Watson feeds it inside to the post of Timme, able to get around. Oh, big block underneath there, though. As Dylan Cardwell able to get that for Auburn on the swat, and Auburn has it back. Tigers, right baseline dribble. Pass over to the left corner. Now going to go inside, and they float it up. That's good for 2 right there by Allen Flanagan. 43-32 the score. 3.5 left to go before halftime. In this one, over 100 people watching now, folks. Really appreciate it for stopping on by for this game. Number 1 nationally ranked Gonzaga as they pass over to the left corner. Ayayi with the basketball. Into the hands of Timme now. Passes over into the hands of Kispert. Kispert going to take the jumper deep, too. Off the mark, no good. Rebound to Auburn. Do I just cover college basketball? I also cover NBA as well. Elliot V, welcome on the channel, man. And Jared as well, guys. Glad to have you on board. I cover college basketball, NBA games. Auburn with the possession. 3 minutes left to go first half. Driving inside. They missed the layup right there by Powell. They tried to go for the rebound. They get it, though. Offensive board, Auburn. Moves it over to the top of the key. Tigers take another 3. No good. Hit the right side of the front rim right there. And it's going to get rebounded here by Gonzaga. Gonzaga has the ball at the top. Kispert moves it over into the hands here of Timme. Timme now dribbles towards his right, turns the corner, drives inside to the bucket. Drew Timme lays it up and in for 2, and there's a blocking foul from behind as well by Auburn. So Timme going to go to the free throw line, shoot the and 1. What is good here, Mitch? Welcome on the channel, brother. Hope your Thanksgiving went well, bud. Hey, what's good, Raptor? Glad to have you on the channel, man. No problem, brother. Hope all is well. He has to take his dog to the vet by 12:30 here, and D-Man, I'll get to see you later. James liking Tennessee to win it all this season. So right now we're going to go on a timeout. One free throw coming up to the line after the timeout here by Drew Timme at Gonzaga. They're up by 13 here currently. Timme, by the way, leading scorer, wrecking the post once again. 6 for 10 shooting from the floor. He's got 16 points in 15 minutes, along with 7 rebounds so far today by Drew Timme. In this game so far, Gonzaga with 2 players in double digits. Timme with 16 and Kispert with 11. So far in this game. And then Jalen Suggs so far has 8 points with 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. When is Duke playing? Duke plays on Saturday tomorrow against Coppin State. Am I from New Jersey or New York? I'm actually from Massachusetts, so close there. I'm from the Northeast. I'm from Mass. What do you think about the Heat picking up Precious Achiuwa? I think that was a pretty solid pick for them because he dropped back further in the draft than I thought or so. I thought that he would go around like 13, 14 or so, around that area in the draft, and I think he's gonna do well for Precious there, that they were able to pick him up. So let's see here. Scoreboard updates. Couple of games going on right now. Number 4 ranked Virginia leading San Francisco 9-3 is the score of that one. And Virginia in their first game, they looked really well. They scored over 80 points. So last year it was just the nails on chalkboard trying to score anything, trying to get anything. That game against Duke, that was just complete defensive slugfest last year. In the game late in the season for ACC play against Duke. And they had multiple victories last year that Virginia scored like 50 points and able to get Hauser as a transfer there, and he is going to help out the offense a ton as Virginia up against San Francisco early. Trey Jones to the Spurs. I like that one too because he was picked further back than what I thought that he would be too. So I like that one. They need like young players to start a rebuild there for San Antonio, and he dropped back further than what I thought he would have gone. All right, no problem, Isaac. Glad to have you on the channel, man, and I'll see you back later today. Ooh, which player in the NBA would I compare Jalen Suggs to here for I would probably go Jimmy Butler there. Like, looking at him play so far, Jalen Suggs is so tough. Like, he is an absolute dog here. And he's had quite a bit of steals through these 2 games so far. Like, he can force turnovers, and man, he plays through contact, and dude, he is looking so good so far. Absolute beast. So free throw at the line here is Timme. Went to the free throw line. As we pick up after the timeout, he knocks it down. 46-32 with 2.5 left to go. Ty's a huge St. Louis Cardinals fan. One of my coworkers at work, he's a big Cardinals fan. He used to work before he came to Mass. He used to work in St. Louis. Auburn takes a deep 2 right there. That one's up and that one's good for the Tigers. Back to 12. They've been down by like double digits throughout like the majority of this one so far. It's between that point range or so, like 10 or 12 throughout most of it. 46-34 the score here. Gonzaga with it as they have it into the hands of Kispert. Bounce pass over to Ballo here. Is Ballo going to take the jumper, and they get called for the travel inside by Omar Ballo. So he gets called for the travel. Auburn's going to have it right back. For sure, Strange Clouds. Suggs has incredible game. I'm so impressed what I've seen from him here. A really impressive debut, and once again, he hasn't received a ton of minutes, but he has looked so good so far. Auburn with the basketball. That ball gets deflected. Tried to go up for the steal there with Anton Watson. Got poked out of bounds, though. It's going to be Auburn ball. Clock will stop with 1:43. Mavericks for next season. I think that they're going to be a playoff team, but they just need a center that's going to be healthy there. And Porzingis is going to miss like the beginning of the season, so they just need him to get healthy. That's the thing, and also need a shooting guard. But that was a great pickup. I feel like that they were able to get there with Kyra Lewis. Great pickup. And they just. Oh, 1 second. No, he went to the Pelicans. What am I saying there? I thought he went to, yeah, I lost track there. He went to the Pelicans before that. I like that Pelicans pickup that they got there with, Lewis. I thought that he would have went to the Mavericks. That's why. But I think they just need, like, a shooting guard to get, like another shooter to surround Luka with another weapon. Minute 30 left to go. 46-34 to score. Quite a bit of stoppages here as far as another foul is picked up on the court right now. And Gonzaga is going to go to the free throw line. So Gonzaga back to the free throw line. First shot. That one's up. That one's good. 47-34 to score. Some early morning basketball today for you guys in this one. Second free throw at the line. That was no good. Get tapped out of bounds, and it's tapped out of bounds by Gonzaga, so Auburn's going to have it right back. Cooper's not playing for Auburn, so still he's not eligible for Auburn. Minute 30 left to go first half in this one. So Auburn will go to the free throw line on the rebounding foul underneath by Gonzaga. It's going to be Chris Moore here at the line for Auburn. The bonus is, it means 2 shots in the double bonus. So the bonus plus is 2 shots. 1 shot for just bonus. It is. So it's a 1-and-1 for just bonus. If they miss the first one, they don't get a second one. Because if they miss the first one, then it goes up to the rebounds. If they hit the first one, then they get the second one in the bonus. Then the double bonus means it's automatic 2 shots. So free throws to the line. First one went down by Auburn, and the second free throw, that one was off the mark, no good, and got deflected out of bounds. So Gonzaga is going to have the basketball as Gonzaga inbounds, and the clock will stop with 1:29. It's been quite a bit of fouls that's been picked up here, like lately in this game. A lot of these early games, they've had a ton of fouls. That's Auburn's 10th as a team, so it's going to send Gonzaga here to the free throw line. Nembhard shooting 2. Inside the double bonus. First shot's up. That one's good. Hey, welcome Elliot here. Really appreciate it for stopping on by, man. Second free throw coming up here by Nembhard. Knocks that one down. 49-35 to score. Minute 25 left to go before halftime. Auburn now with the basketball. They have it into the hands of Tyrell Jones. Dribbles now at the right wing perimeter, guarded by Nembhard. Jones now with the ball. Minute 15 left to go. Jones still dribbling around the perimeter for Auburn. Dribble drive inside for Jones. Big block underneath there for Gonzaga by Drew Timme, and the Zags going to pick it up. They'll take it past half court here with Kispert. Kispert guarded here by Jones with the ball. Passes out on top here into the hands of Timme. Moves it over to Ayayi. Pass over to Nembhard at the right wing. Back over to Timme at the top of the key. Timme slides it over to the right wing into the hands of Kispert. Kispert with it. Ball tapped out of bounds. It's going to be tapped out of bounds by Auburn here. Clock will stop with 50 seconds as number 0, Tyrell Jones, the one who tapped it out of bounds for Auburn. Yeah, San Francisco won the college basketball national title back-to-back years in the 50s. Holy Cross was like really good for college basketball, like 1940s. Gonzaga took the jumper, no good. It was off the mark, but Auburn's going to come up with the rebounds as they get it. One inside. Oop. 1 second here. That's very odd. My scoreboard once again glitched. It's 49-35 the scores. They went inside. It was no good. It's so odd. That happened yesterday in that the other game too. That it glitched too. So it's 49-35. 10 seconds left to go before halftime. Gonzaga has it. Moves it out to the right corner. Ayayi with the ball. It reverts back to a score. It does that like once in a while there. It glitches for some reason. Gonzaga took the 3 off the mark. Auburn going to take a full court shot here at the horn. It's no good, and we go into halftime here as the score is 49-35. So 1 half currently in the books here in this one. Gonzaga looking good, just picking up where they left off yesterday. As far as scoring inside, once again, 50% from the floor so far in this game, leading the way. Drew Timme, he's got 17. Corey Kispert with 11. And then for Jalen Suggs so far in this game, as he has got currently for Gonzaga 8 points along with 3 assists and 2 steals for Auburn here. As we take a look at the box score at the first half here for the Tigers. In this one, leading scorers off the bench, Jamal Johnson, he has got 8 points, 2 for 5 from the perimeter, 6 points by Devin Cambridge, and then 5 by Allen Flanagan. And then for Auburn, Tyrell Jones, he has got 5 as well. Tigers able to keep in this game because they've knocked down 6 3-point shots. So they're down by 14 at the half, but they have drawn within single digits like 7, 8, 9, 10 around because they've been hitting 3-point shots, and that was around the early to middle portion of the first half, and then they started missing threes towards the end of the first half or so. But Gonzaga just with Drew Timme, he is the one that they're having a lot of trouble trying to stop here. Timme 6 for 10 from the floor, also went to the free throw line twice where he's a perfect 4 for 4. Hey, what's good, Titus here from Belgium. Glad to have you in the channel, man, once again. Gonzaga looking really well so far. James here predicting Gonzaga in this one, 96-81 today for his prediction. Do I think Gonzaga going to cover the 14-point spread? I would say yes there. So I predicted that Gonzaga would win 92-66 was my prediction. Yeah, it doesn't look too well for the Ravens this week. If they even play the game, they might not even play the game. Because they have multiple players in the Ravens that tested positive, and now that Lamar Jackson's out, it doesn't look too well. Man, San Francisco up against Virginia. Thanks for the update, Ryan. Shocking there, 16-13 so far in that game with 8 minutes left to go in the first half. That San Francisco, they took Gonzaga last year in the Western Conference semis, took them down to the wire, and then on opening night on Wednesday, San Francisco lost to UMass Lowell on opening night. They followed up with a victory yesterday against Towson, but they played today number 4 nationally ranked Virginia, and Virginia's trailing in this game 16-13 when Virginia had a great opening game to start off against Towson. Ty's got the Steelers in the Super Bowl for this year. I'm probably going to go with the Chiefs right now to make it back to the Super Bowl. I actually don't have an Instagram, Gahenda. Hey, what's good, 3D Super? Welcome in, man, for stopping on by. So scoring breakdown of this game so far is that Auburn's able to live in this game with 3-point shots that they've been able to make so far in this one, that they have been able to knock down 6 perimeter triples so far. But it's been points in the paint. That's what Gonzaga has done, 24 points in the paint out of the 49 here at halftime for Gonzaga. And also the second chance points off the putbacks. They've got 11 of those so far in this game as far as second chance points. Yeah, Virginia's shooting bad so far. Uh-oh, that's not good for them. Going back to last season's offense. That's not looking good if they can't shoot the ball so far well from the floor. Let's see here. I'm going to bring up the Virginia game. They take on San Francisco right now. Yeah, they're only shooting the ball 4 for 13 early on in this game for Virginia, so they really got to start heating up. And Sam Hauser, he was the one who helped out Virginia in the first game, as he's able to provide that boost firepower to the offense there. They were able to get him from Marquette, shot the ball over 40% from three-point range back in 2018-19 for Marquette, but he's only got 2 points so far in this game, it looks like, for Virginia. Hey, what's good, Brian? Welcome in, man, for stopping on by. So yeah, right now we're just at halftime between these two teams, and Gonzaga's made half of their shots from the floor, 18 for 36. Yesterday they were torching Kansas in that game, shot the ball over 60% from the floor. Auburn has quite a bit more size than Kansas. Kansas is more like a small ball team. I was shocked with yesterday, though. Kansas is full of defenders in their roster, and they gave up 102 points in that game. And they have the National Defensive Player of the Year back with Marcus Garrett, and they gave up 102. My favorite team for college basketball is Providence and URI for college basketball. Who do I think is going to win the national championship for basketball? I'm going to go with Baylor right now. So I got Baylor against Gonzaga in the title game. My early Final Four: Baylor, Gonzaga, Illinois, Iowa. That's my early Final Four. Of course, that's going to change over time, most likely, depending how games go. Baylor actually just scheduled in a game, so they're supposed to take on Washington. I think on Sunday they're supposed to take on Washington, because they had to have their program get paused for this week. They weren't able to play because their head coach tested positive. Bo Heels, welcome to the stream here, man. Really appreciate it for stopping on by here. Do I bet on these games? I actually don't bet on these games. We don't have sports betting legal in my state, and we can't cross borders now either. So, like, Massachusetts isn't allowed to go into Rhode Island. We have like heavy restrictions over here. We can't go anywhere. If you're from Massachusetts, and if you're from Rhode Island or Connecticut or New Hampshire, you can't even come into Massachusetts. It's like we got restrictions all over the place. It's crazy over here. They ask you for your ID wherever you go, and they have National Guard at like the borders tracking like people's license plates over here, at the state borders. It's absolutely crazy. Like, you can't really go much, and I live like 15 minutes away from Rhode Island. We can't even go grocery shopping in Rhode Island. We have to do it in Mass, even though like some of our grocery stores are a bit further in Mass than where they are in Rhode Island. So it's really odd. It's just a really odd time. It hurts New Hampshire's economy, because a lot of people from Mass go up to New Hampshire because New Hampshire's tax free, and yeah, it's just quite a different time we live in. Absolutely crazy over here. Whereas like a lot of states all over the other places of the country, they don't have many restrictions, and we have like restrictions constantly over here. Nobody can go in the state of Vermont. Vermont has county restrictions that they have. That's why they have like so few cases, is because they just don't allow people in from other states. They just say no, you can't enter Vermont unless you have to do like a 14-day quarantine. Yeah, James lives in Tennessee. That's awesome. We have quite a bit of Tennessee fans here on the channel. Jack and Dakota, who come into my streams, they're big Tennessee fans as well. So yeah, a lot to look forward to for Tennessee basketball this year for sure, man. They look like they're going to be a good team this year, a deep team. Elliot from New York City, glad to have you on the channel here, from NYC, man. What if you work? Yeah, you can go in. You can go in for work. It's just like essential things, and work is one of them that you can go in. So if you live in Massachusetts and work in Rhode Island, like one of our neighbors does, they allow that. So you're able to go in for work. Yeah, it's restrictions all over the place here in my state. It's crazy. Like Rhode Island, they're on a 2 week pause in Rhode Island. Like they shut down a ton of stuff in Rhode Island for these 2 weeks. It started today, I think, for the 2 week pause, and it goes into like early December. But yeah, we just don't have sports betting over here in my state of Massachusetts. You have to go to Rhode Island where they have 2 casinos, or you can go to New Hampshire where they have mobile sports betting where it is. But yeah, we just don't have it in my state. Do you think that Virginia would cover? I would have projected, because they're 14-point favorites, I believe, for that game. I thought that Virginia would have been able to beat San Francisco more by like 18, 20 points in that one. So before the game started, I thought that they could cover, and right now it's not looking good for Virginia because they just have been struggling scoring. That's the thing. They're losing to San Francisco now, 19 to 15. It's a low scoring game. Virginia only has 15 points, and there's 4 minutes 40 seconds left to go remaining in the first half there. So yeah, Virginia, just when you shoot the ball at like 30% from the floor, not too many good things are going to happen so far, and that's what's gone on with Virginia. I just don't get it. San Francisco lost to UMass Lowell back on a Wednesday, and now Virginia in trouble early on. Oh yeah, California's got a ton of stuff. Von's out in California. They got a ton of restrictions. So sorry to hear that. You guys have a curfew here in California. We have a curfew in Massachusetts that no business can open past 10 o'clock. They have to all close. So all the businesses have to open, or all the businesses have to close past 10 o'clock, which everybody started complaining about, which I don't get, because in New Hampshire, New Hampshire, a lot of the businesses close at like 6 o'clock. Just regular schedule, they close at 6 o'clock, besides like big box stores and grocery stores. So, and people complained about the businesses closing at 10 in Massachusetts. So, yeah, it's really nice over here. Nice to the coast. The home prices are pricey though over here, because there's a lot of jobs, and the job market's really competitive over here in Mass. But yeah, we're just so it's just so strict over here. Like we don't have like any sporting events with fans, no Patriots games with fans. Whereas like a lot of the other states had fans in the stands. I know New Hampshire, they're really loose with their restrictions. They hosted a NASCAR Cup race back in August with 19,000 fans. If that NASCAR Cup race was in Massachusetts, that would have gone on with 0 fans, because they just we still don't have any fans in the stands for Gillette. No fans in the stands for any of the college basketball teams this year for BC or UMass, and same thing for Rhode Island too. Is that they're gonna Providence isn't even playing at the Dunkin' Donuts Center this year. They're playing at their practice facility at Alumni Hall. That's just how crazy this year has been. Hey, what's good here? Alex here for stopping on by from the DMV Sports Now. What's good, man? Long time no see indeed. Happy Thanksgiving to you, man. Hopefully all went well yesterday. Yeah, Ty puts out in Missouri don't have any restrictions but have to wear a mask in schools and businesses. Some of the states don't even have like a mask mandate yet or so. Yeah, sometime for me and my man Vegas. we'll do that sometime, man. Thanks so much, Kyle. Really appreciate it, man. And enjoy the rest of your day, Kyle. Yeah, I remember that Pack the Swamp Cap fan puts out. Florida Gators talked about having a full stadium. Yeah, they just weren't impressed after that game at Texas A&M, so they wanted to pack the Swamp the week after that. Looks like Alex has got a funny story he's got. What's good, Alpha Path? Welcome on the channel, man. Do I think Gonzaga's going to score under 93.5 in this game? I had predicted here, so yeah, I'll say yes to that. I predicted 92. So I would take the under for that one. I think it's going to be really close to 93.5. My actual prediction to this game was 92. But it all depends about the second half here. They very well could outscore that. Yeah, I used to. I haven't done it in a while. Maybe sometime. Maybe sometime as well. We will see. But here we go. We're going to start off the second half. If you guys really enjoy the channel here, I cover play-by-play basketball games, college basketball, also NBA games here on Behind the Arc Basketball. Make sure to spike the thumbs up. Hitting that like helps out this video a ton. Hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well here, everybody. And big thank you all for dropping on by, being a part of it. Alex puts out here, so him and his girlfriend FaceTiming with his friends doing a chugging contest where he was like, what was that? He was chugging over his shirt, and his shirt is covering up his face. Right there. Steven's a James Madison fan and BYU. You got a lot to look forward to for BYU this season. James Madison's in a pretty big rebuild, I believe, as they just struggled big time last season. So here we go, getting ready to start off the second half right now. Really appreciate it, Elliot, for stopping them by, man. Gonzaga has the basketball first. They go right to left in the court. Anton Watson, pass off the cutter there, right baseline. Gonzaga going to tear it down with a right-handed flush by Kispert. Gonzaga extends it. They got the lead by 16. Auburn, first possession here, second half. Tigers now with the basketball at the left wing perimeter. Moves over to the right wing to Tyrell Jones. Passes outside here to the top here to Akingbola. Moves it back to Tyrell Jones. 19.5 left to go here in a second. Auburn now with the ball. Tyrell Jones has it at the left wing, as he's guarded by Timmy. Jones takes the three over Timmy. No good, hit the front rim. Great contest by Timmy. Able to come up with a rebound as Timmy tried to pass it out. And Auburn will pick up the fall. It's by Tyrell Jones, number 0, as he reached in, trying to guard Timmy on the rebound. And the clock will stop here. 21-20, San Francisco up by 1 there in a low-scoring first half against Virginia. Gonzaga now with the basketball. They put it into the hands of Jalen Suggs. Suggs today, 8 points, 14 minutes. And they take the three, top of the key from the outside by Gonzaga, and they sink it there. Corey Kispert hits that one as they extend the largest lead today in this game. They're up by 19. Under 19 minutes remaining here in this one. Auburn trying to look for something here as they have it all around the perimeter. Drives inside here for the Tigers. Puts it up too high off the backboard. No good by Devin Cambridge. Rebound Gonzaga. Here they go. Fast tempo. Pass underneath theirs. They had a 3-on-2. They put it up and in for 2 there by Gonzaga. Extending. Largest lead. They got it by 21. 18.5 remaining. And Bruce Pearl going to take a quick timeout here as his team has yet to score in the second half. In this one. 56-35. All Gonzaga here out to a 5-zip run. So Gonzaga, right after the half, they just look so good. Once again, pushing tempo in the court once again, and they do the majority of the work inside. And another good game here, just shooting from the floor for the #1 offense from last season. They can put up a ton of points, and they can play just so fast tempo. Wear the defense down. Chicago Bulls 1-2-3. Welcome back here for stopping on by, man. Hope all is well. Cat fans looking for the Virginia L in this one. Virginia playing tight against San Francisco. 33 seconds left to go. And Virginia leads 24-21. Closer game than what I expected for that. Let's see. Xavier having trouble right now. They are losing against Toledo. 13-8 the score in that one. Is there a way to bet on quarters? Like the third quarter, there's no quarters in college basketball, just the NBA. So they only do halves for they only do halves for college basketball. So they split it up into the first half and the second half. So they do 20-minute halves. That's awesome. Elliot's new to betting for basketball, and he's a baseball and NHL guy in NFL. Glad to have you in the stream, man, and getting to learn some stuff. Norfolk State up against James Madison, 12-5, the score in that one. Do not have Thanksgiving in Rwanda, it looks like. Sorry to hear that, man. So you don't have the holiday off there, it looks like. Yeah, Xavier having a lot of trouble right now against Toledo in that game. Toledo leads 15-8 early on against Xavier. Cat fan doesn't know why he likes halves. I think because they have the 20-minute halves. NBA splits up into 12-minute quarters. I think the reason why I like halves better than quarters is because of the commercial breaks that they have. Because after every quarter for the NBA, they take a commercial break, and they just have one half. You just get let in right to halftime, and then after halftime you go back to the second half. Hey, thanks so much, Elliot. Really appreciate it, man, for being a part here in the streams. By the way, I'll be back later today. Seton Hall against Louisville, so feel free to stop and by for that one if you guys are interested as well. That should be a great game. Alright, so we are right back after the timeout as Auburn's going to have the basketball, and they're trailing by their largest deficit, down by 21. Tigers have the ball at the top of the key. Tyrell Jones dribbles towards the left wing perimeter, drives inside as he tried to pass it. Ball got deflected at the baseline. It's out of bounds by Gonzaga, tapped out of bounds by Anton Watson. So Auburn's going to get the ball right back here on the inbounds. Tigers inbound underneath the hoop. They move it back outside. At the top here into the hands of King Bola. Moves it back to the right wing. Tyrell Jones has it. Slides it over to the left wing. Takes a three. Top of the key straight away. Knocks it down to Allen Flanagan. Hits it right there from the perimeter by Auburn. 18-point game. 18 minutes remain as well. Alex Dude Tube, welcome to the channel, man. Glad to have you on board. Thanks so much for stopping on by, brother. Gonzaga has a right baseline. Into the hands of Timmy, backing his way in there inside the post, and he lost control of it. Auburn able to get their hand on it and steal that basketball right away. Tigers moving back to the left corner, takes the three, knocks it down once again. Allen Flanagan, back-to-back triples, that time in transition from the left corner, and puts this one within a 15-point game now. Gonzaga has it with Kispert. Moves it back to Timmy here around the perimeter. Timmy dribbles now, makes his move inside underneath Timmy. Oh, nice find right there to Ayai. He lost control of it, and it was kicked out of bounds by Auburn. Clock will start with 17:21 as Gonzaga's going to have the inbound coming up. Yeah, college football is on today as well. Gonzaga going to get the inbound. Jalen Suggs passes underneath over to Kispert. Too good in the post right there as he dribbles one bounce, and then he goes right there with the right hand, puts it up, and that's through for two. 58-41 the score. Auburn now with the basketball at the top of the key. Allen Flanagan. He's hit down the last two three-point shots, and he controls the basketball here for Auburn. Under 17 minutes left to go. Moves it back to the top, slides it over to the left wing to Cambridge. Cambridge has it for Auburn, and he moves it over to the left baseline as they dribble, pass outside, right corner to right wing. Flanagan clears space, takes the three. That time he misses, though, And he gets rebounded by Gonzaga with nobody behind the defense here. 2-on-1 fast break. Try to go for the slam dunk. It is a blocking foul by Auburn. It's going to result in 2 free throws coming up by Drew Timme at the line. Drew Timme tried to go for a monster right-handed flush there, and Auburn just came up with a blocking foul. It was number 13 with a blocking foul for the Tigers, as that was a King Bolo with a blocking foul. Awesome, man. Glad to have you in the channel, Elliot, and I'll see you later, brother. Drew Timme here, shooting 2 at the line. First one, no good, missed it. Rattled out. Second free throw. Coming up at the line by Drew Timme. 16:39 remaining here, second half. Timme, that one goes down. He leads, well, he is tied for the scoring with Kispert right now with 18. Timme's been leading the scoring throughout most of the game today. Auburn now with the basketball around the perimeter and gets tapped out of bounds. Clock will stop. Hey, what's good, Tristan? Welcome in, man, for stopping by. Been going pretty well so far here. Early morning basketball. We're just 20 minutes past noontime where I am today. A lot of early morning basketball. This is the earliest stream, by the way, I've ever covered. Inbound coming up for Auburn, trailing by 18 as they have the ball here at the left corner. Flanagan going to take another 3, that time no good. Hit the front rim, rebound back to Gonzaga. Allen Flanagan from the outside today as he is 3 for 6 shooting from the perimeter. Gonzaga took a 3, no good. They get the offensive rebound underneath. Anton Watson feeds it over to Timme. Timme puts it up and in off the glass, and he has got 20. Drew Timme, leading scorer in this game, currently with 20 for Gonzaga as they extend it to a 20-point lead as well. 16 minutes remain. Auburn now with the ball. At the right wing with Cardwell. Puts out to the right corner as they will drive inside. Big flush with the right hand there. As that goes down with a right-handed flush by Allen Flanagan. And he is the one today that's been able to produce for Auburn. The only player right now for the Tigers able to hit that double-digit marker for Auburn on into this game. He's got 13 points. 61-43. Gonzaga went inside as they missed the shot. Auburn now with the basketball, driving inside into the post once again as Flanagan with contact in the fall as the clock will stop now. Flanagan's been efficient from the floor today. So Auburn from this team last season, their top scorer that they returned only averaged just over 4 points per game with Devin Cambridge. Allen Flanagan averaged only 3.2 points per game as a freshman. And he leads the scoring right now for Auburn with 13 points. We're going to go to a timeout here, 61-43. The score in this one. This game all Gonzaga controlling it from the very start so far today. Hey, what's good here? Marem, welcome on the channel, man. What is good here? Thanks so much for stopping on by. When Vaughn gets older, it looks like he wants to bet on games as well. As we welcome back Isaac here also. Pretty sad Tristan was about the Cowboys yesterday. I was shocked that they got beat down that much by the Redskins. Putting up 41 points to the Cowboys. Crazy. Redskins don't really have like a high-flying offense. Good to see that Alex Smith is back, though. But I didn't expect the Cowboys to get blown out like that. Snake Durant, go welcome in. Is it bad to drink soda in the morning? Just curious. Yeah, I think it's pretty bad to drink soda in the morning. You'll probably crash or so by midday. I'm not big into soda. I barely drink it. So, but whenever I like drink like stuff with like high caffeine like soda, it doesn't really like mix well with my body or so. It makes me really sluggish. Logan here bet 174.5 here, feeling pretty confident in that one. Yeah, that is looking good right now. So we welcome in Logan on the channel. So let's see, 61-43. Yeah, 104. And Gonzaga just keeps on scoring, and we still got quite a bit of time in this game remaining. We have 15:32 left to go in this game. As we take a look Hopefully you didn't bet the over for Virginia versus San Francisco, because that does not look like it's going to be heading that way in the first half right now. Virginia leads at halftime 24-21 over San Francisco. And Xavier having a lot of problems so far against Toledo. Xavier is trailing by 8. Score there 22-14. Toledo leads it with 9:40 remaining in the first half. Hey, thanks so much for the sub, man. Really appreciate it, brother. So Drew Timme, Corey Kispert, these two players today, they are looking good on the court for Gonzaga. Timme leads the scoring 20 points, 7 for 11, doing his work in the post. And he could very well be one of the top big men in all college basketball this year for Drew Timme. 18 points by Corey Kispert, looking good, 3 for 5 from the perimeter, 7 for 10 from the floor. And Jalen Suggs, in his second game in college basketball, he has played today 17 minutes. He's got 8 points. A lot of those points early on for Jalen Suggs. Do I commentate, like, often? Yeah, I do quite a bit of games. I'll be back later today, Seton Hall against Louisville, so feel free to check that out. But yeah, I cover college basketball games and also NBA games. So yeah, if you guys enjoy the stream, make sure to spike the thumbs up. Hitting that like helps out this video a ton. Hit the subscribe or ring that notification bell if you'd like to be notified about future live streams. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. I guess there's like problems surrounding his eligibility, which I just don't get with the NCAA. They had this whole offseason to figure out all this stuff. So some of these things are just so unfair by the NCAA. What they've done, like they've given waivers basically to like almost every transfer, but besides a couple of transfers. As Auburn went to the free throw line after the timeout, they made both of the free throws. Gonzaga now with the basketball. They have it at the left elbow into the hands of Timme. Timme passes back outside. Suggs passes over to the right corner. Nembhard has it. Right baseline dribble. Leaves it over for Timme as he goes mid-range jumper. Knocks it down for 2 by Drew Timme. 63-45 to score with 15 minutes remaining. Wisconsin playing today there. Gotta keep my eye on Wisconsin with their game. Duke plays on Saturday for college basketball. Their first game. It got postponed as they were supposed to play Gardner-Webb on Wednesday, and their first game's actually on Saturday now for Duke. Yeah, the NCAA is... Auburn just got fouled. They're going to go to the free throw line. They've given waivers to like a bunch of players here in this offseason that should have been sit-out transfers for this year. But then there's other transfers that just haven't ever got a waiver, like LJ Figueroa for Oregon, who just they haven't given a waiver to. And Oregon's pretty thin in their backcourt for this season, and he would help out the defense a ton. He's a pretty good scorer, great defender, and yeah, he just hasn't received a waiver yet. 63-47 as Auburn made both of their free throws once again at the free throw line. Gonzaga now with the basketball. Pass inside underneath to Timme, and Timme puts it up. There's going to be, yep, that's a violation right there by Auburn, as that is a goaltend, and Gonzaga is going to get the 2 points awarded as Timme put it above the cylinder, and Auburn blocked it when it was to the back of the backboard. So they're going to award the 2 points to Timme, and he leads the way today in this game with 24, having a great showing. Auburn has it, takes the 3 from the perimeter. No good off the back rim. Timme pads the stat line, grabs his 9th rebound as he's got 24 points, 9 boards in this one. Jalen Suggs, top of the key, slides over to Nembhard, drives inside Nembhard. Behind the back pass, got a little bit too fancy, stolen away here in the key by Paolo Auburn. Auburn passes inside, Jalen Suggs gets his hands up, defends that pass, swats it away, and Gonzaga comes up with a steal. He moves it back outside, the right baseline, driving to the bucket, that's good for 2 by Gonzaga. Corey Kispert right there, the kiss off the backboard as they lead it by 20. 67-47. Yeah, Mac McClung got his waiver. Texas Tech, they got 2 approved waivers, Mac McClung and Jamarius Burton, so they just keep on getting, like, they're pretty deep with those players who got waivers. Also, Marcus Santos Silva was able to transfer his Gonzaga in transition off the steal. Floats it over the top. That is a yai over to Suggs, and he throws it down with a 2-handed flush. That is a superstar play right there by Jalen Suggs on that alley-oop jam, and they lead it, largest lead today by 22. 13-10 left to go. Auburn now with the basketball. They only have 10 points in the paint. Gonzaga has 40 of those. at the left baseline, takes a deep two. That is way off the rim. That was a forced shot there by the Tigers. Rebound Gonzaga. Gonzaga pushing tempo. 13 minutes remain. Wide open three. Kispert. No good off the mark. Offensive rebound, but lost control of it. For a moment was a Yaya, but he got pushed with the basketball from behind, and that's going to be a Auburn foul. Clock will stop now with under 13 left to go. Is Gardner-Webb going to be good this year? Most likely not. If I had to predict there for Gardner-Webb, they were up against Virginia by double digits. I remember that early on in the 2019 tournament. 12:53 left to go. Joel Ayayi going to take a seat on the bench here for Gonzaga. Auburn with 2 fouls. Gonzaga with 2 fouls. Gonzaga is going to get the inbounds. They put it back outside to Kispert at the right wing. Moves it back to the top of the key, Anton Watson. Pass over to Cook, slides over to Nembhard, left baseline. Nice feed right there, and fine. Couldn't finish, though, Anton Watson. Too light on the little floater right there as they hit the front rim. Needed some more power to get that one into the net as he was like 2 feet away and somehow missed an easy bucket. Auburn missed a shot from the perimeter. Gonzaga gets the basketball. Wide open three, takes it straight away. Great ball movement, and that is a triple going down right there. Corey Kispert from the outside, and this is all Gonzaga here. 72-47 with just over 12 minutes remaining in this one. Kispert, 23 points on the board. And Auburn going to drive inside as they get bumped and fouled. Clock will stop with 12:05 as Jalen Suggs, the one who picks up his 3rd personal. Yeah, Texas Tech for sure got talent. I remember that. They weren't like a basketball school when I was growing up, like around like the 2000s. They weren't known to be like a basketball school. Auburn's going to get the basketball, approaching 12 minutes left to go. Gonzaga for sure pulling away on in this one. Auburn just trying to force up 3-point shots instead of attacking the basket and going inside, and a lot of them have been misses recently in this game. And when Gonzaga starts to pull away and their shots are dropping, Auburn they just haven't been able to compete here recently because they've been forcing more shots than taking better looks to score. So Auburn now with the ball as they try to pass the one in the key, and another turnover by the Tigers. That is number 13 for their turnovers today. Gonzaga has the basketball right back off the steal, driving inside. Anton Watson that time gets that one into the hoop for 2, banks it up and in off the backboard. They can flip the score 74-47 right there with the 2 numbers as Auburn takes the jumpers, an air ball, and there's a foul picked up from behind in the rebound as well by Auburn, as that gets assessed to Justin Powell on the rebounding fall, and Gonzaga will have the ball right back. Has St. Bonaventure even played a game yet? No. So St. Bonaventure hasn't played a game yet. Duquesne hasn't played a game yet. Richmond plays today. UMass is coming out of quarantine, I think, within the next couple of days, so UMass hasn't even played a game either. Timeout here in the court. This game, all Gonzaga here, 74-47 to score. If you guys enjoy the stream, make sure to spike the thumbs up. Hitting that like helps out this video a ton, being found on YouTube. Hit the subscribe and ring that notification bell as well. First 2 games, reaction to Gonzaga. They just look so good right now. They can run the length of the court so fast, up-tempo offense, and they have multiple weapons that they can beat you with. They are just so deep as a team, and Drew Timme, he may be one of the best big men in all college basketball this season, looking great from the post once again. 24 points, 9 for 13 from the floor for Drew Timme, 5 for 6 at the free throw line, and all he needs is 1 more rebounds, and he has got a double-double. He's got 24 points, 9 boards right now. Corey Kispert, he's got 23 points in this game, and Jalen Suggs looking good as well. Had a monster alley-oop jam a couple minutes ago. He's got 10 points, 6 assists, 2 steals by Suggs today. What's good? Christopher Michaels, welcome on the channel, man. Appreciate it here. Gonzaga fan for stopping them by. Glad to have you on board, man. I cover play-by-play of college basketball here, also NBA games, so feel free to stop on board and be a part of the sports play-by-play community here on Behind the Arc Basketball. They just look so good in today's game. Auburn taking a bunch of threes in this one. They're 8 for 23 from the perimeter. The threes were keeping them in early on in this game, but lately here in the second half, they've been forcing 3-point shots and having good looks. So They've just been missing a ton of shots recently. 15 points by Allen Flanagan, the lone bright spot so far for Auburn in this game today, with 13 total turnovers, as they have struggled with the basketball, turning over the ball quite a bit in this one for Auburn. And Gonzaga once again owning the boards, 32-21, plus 11 on the boards. Thanks so much, Chris. Really appreciate it, man, for the thumbs up and the sub, brother. Yep, Gonzaga got this one in the bag, it looks like. I predicted Gonzaga in this game 92-66, so still a while left to go right now since we're on a timeout, but that margin looks like that could very well go that way. Even more, this one could get even like out of control, like a 30 plus blowout victory here. Scorers, yeah, I saw that. The South Carolina women's team won 19-38. That's too funny. Yeah, Charleston only scored like 7 points in the first quarter of that game. St. Bonaventure versus Akron on December 15th, but to be determined. Yeah, a lot of the games are TBD right now. Baylor's game against Washington on Sunday, that is TBD right now, because Baylor just randomly scheduled that like last minute. They scheduled that last night. Scoreboard update for everybody right now. Virginia leading by only 2 points against San Francisco, 28-26, with 17:40 remaining in that game. And Xavier trailing against Toledo, scored there 28-27. Toledo leading by 1. We're going to get right back into this one after the timeout. All Gonzaga here, 74-47. Auburn now with the ball, as they have it at the right wing perimeter for the Tigers. Into the hands of Justin Powell. 11 minutes as we approach that mark remaining. Powell moves it over to the left wing, into the hands of Jamal Johnson. Back over to Powell with under 11 left to play. 3 fouls picked up by both of these teams each in the second half, by the way, for personal fouls for teams. They have it at the right corner perimeter. Johnson moves it over into the hands of Cardwell. Passes back outside. Powell takes the 3, knocks it down for Auburn. 24-point game, 74-50. Gonzaga with the ball. They're going to dribble past the half-court logo. Aaron Cook, the transfer from Southern Illinois. Bounce pass to the other transfer. Just got eligible this week. Andrew Nemhard from Florida. He pass over to the left wing, moves over to the left corner, takes the 3, almost there by Kisper. Halfway home, rattled out, but they're going to get the offensive rebound. Cook drives into the key, splits defenders, lays it up and in with the right hand for 2 right there by Aaron Cook of Gonzaga. 26-point Gonzaga lead, approaching the halfway point of the second half here. Auburn now with the basketball. Powell dribbles to the right wing perimeter, as he is guarded by Cook. Powell with the ball, as there was contact there and a foul picked up. Clock will stop with 9:58. And it's going to be a personal foul there. It's going to be a reach-in on Aaron Cook of Gonzaga as the clock will stop. This is part of a Gonzaga 13-3 run in the last 4.5 minutes, as we have 9:58 left to go on the clock. Oh, jeez. Khalil Shabazz is hurt. Ouch. No contact injury. That's unfortunate. Under 10 minutes left to play. Auburn right back with the basketball off the inbounds. Tigers had the ball here at the top of the key with Powell. So we welcome back Bradley here onto the channel. Had to help the family out. No problem, man. Hope all is well there with everything. Getting ready for Christmas time. Got a Santa right behind me for this stream today, as he'll be joining me throughout the streams all the way up to Christmas. Auburn took the shot, no good. Got rebound by Gonzaga. They passed up the court right there, but Auburn's going to come up with a steal. Dribble up the court, gets stolen away by Aaron Cook this time. Tries to dribble the distance. He gets stripped of the ball right underneath the basket. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Tigers. And Gonzaga will get back to basketball coming up with 9:23. Looks like San Francisco's extending that. Thanks so much for the update there. Wow, 32-28. San Francisco leading number 4 nationally ranked Virginia right now. Thanks so much for stopping by, Gahenda, and enjoy the rest of your day, man. Yep, Santa watching everybody. Make sure that you're nice here, because Santa exactly knows when you'll be nicer. He knows the naughty people. Gonzaga with the ball. 9:15 left to go. Jalen Suggs has the top of the key. Pass over to the right baseline underneath. Turnaround jumper. Timmy, too good. Banks it up and in off the backboard right there by Timmy. Looking solid in this one. He has got himself 26 points. 9 minutes remaining in this game. Auburn now with the basketball. Powell moves over to Flanagan at the right wing. Passes now inside the post. Over to Jalen Williams. Backs his way in there. Turnaround jumper. No good off the back rim. Fight for the rebound. And Drew Timme finds himself a double-double. He gets his 10th rebound of the game. He's got 26 and 10. Gonzaga now with the ball. Nembhard turns the corner, drives inside, try to dish it out over to Ayai, but the ball got poked out of bounds. It's going to be touched out of bounds by Auburn, so Gonzaga is going to have it right back. That's a huge game, Vegas. I wish I didn't have work on that time. I work on Monday at when Providence is playing Indiana. They should have moved that game to 7, and they should have put North Carolina against UNLV at 2, because UNLV is going to get blown out. That's going to be a massacre on Monday between UNC and UNLV. Gonzaga gets the inbound, up by 28. They take a 3 from the right corner, no good by Ayai. And Kispert got the rebound, and Kispert got fouled trying to put it back, so clock will stop here with 8:25. Yeah, BYU looking good this year with its second season under Mark Pope. I think BYU is going to be the challenger this year in the WCC against Gonzaga, but a lot of the other teams I feel like in the WCC, it's going to be like more weaker as far as this season, I think, because St. Mary's lost Jordan Ford, so St. Mary's I feel like is not going to be like a firepower type of team this season, but they cruised over yesterday's matchup there. They St. Mary's won against Northern Iowa yesterday. I wasn't expecting that. Northern Iowa's 0-2. Both of the free throws going down at the line by Kispert. So Kispert as well having a terrific showing. Him and Timme look solid today in this game. Kispert with 25, Timme with 26. 80-50 to score. 30-point lead with 8 minutes left to go. Indeed, man, Timme looks awesome this season. He might be one of the best big men in all college basketball this year. Auburn goes inside. It's going to be JT Thor as he put it up off the window for 2. Thor got fouled underneath, so he'll go to the line, shoot 1. Yep, Kentucky on Sunday against Richmond there. Richmond plays their first game today, so I'm interested to know how Richmond does in that game today, because their top 3-point shooter, Nick Sherrod, he is out for the season due to injury. So they got Morehead State today, so the same team that Kentucky just played back on Wednesday. Yeah, there's a big difference between the top and the bottom of the WCC. Gonzaga, BYU, St. Mary's, those are the top 3. And San Francisco, it's interesting. San Francisco giving problems right now to Virginia. San Francisco leads 32-30, but San Francisco lost to UMass Lowell on Wednesday night. I do not get that. Like, how in the world did they lose against UMass Lowell? Yeah, UMass Lowell won that game 76-68. So, UMass Lowell on Sunday, so they have a game tomorrow against Illinois State. And then on Sunday, UMass Lowell takes on Ohio State, who is ranked in the top 25, but without one of their top players. I think he's still injured with the transfer of Seth Towns. He has yet to play so far this season for Ohio State, so that's going to be UMass Lowell just beat San Francisco. He's giving Virginia problems. That'll be an interesting matchup more than what people expect there. Ohio State might be sleeping on UMass Lowell in that one for that game, because they retained most of their roster for the Riverhawks, but they're from the America East. I don't expect them to come out and beat teams that's higher level than what they are. But their defense was horrendous last year, but they got a great scorer in Obadiah Noel, who posted 22 against San Francisco. What's good, Kaser? Welcome to the channel, man. Jalen Johnson at Duke here. He thinks that he's going to surprise people. I think he's going to have a great season as well, man. They got, once again, another solid recruiting class coming in for Duke, and he's going to see a lot of action for sure this season. Arizona State against Cal on December 3rd. If that game's not on the Pac-12 network, I'll have to see what December 3rd's games are. Yeah, that'd be pretty funny if Ohio State lost to UMass Lowell. And I think Vermont's going to win that conference this year, the America East that UMass Lowell plays in. But Vermont doesn't play until like mid-December. They decided no college basketball until mid-December. Vermont's owned that division. Looks like, yeah, Cal against Arizona State. For some reason, they haven't even decided the network. That's probably on the Pac-12 network. And they put on St. John's, Texas Tech on ESPN. So that looks like probably the game that I'll be covering is St. John's, Texas Tech. And I think the winner of UConn against Vanderbilt will take on the winner of, I think BYU is in that bracket. There's 4 teams in a bracket. BYU, USC. I think USC is the team. So it's the winners. I think that's the 7 o'clock game on ESPN on the December 3rd is UConn versus Vanderbilt. The winner of that one will take on USC BYU, I think. So 7:40 left to go as we're back into action right after the timeout here as Auburn went to the free throw line. They hit the and one at the free throw line. 80-53 to score. Hey, what's good, Dakota? My day's been going pretty well so far. Hope everything's been going pretty good here on this Black Friday. 7.5 remaining. Gonzaga now with the basketball. Jalen Suggs takes the pass to the half-court logo. All Gonzaga today controlling this game. Moves it back out on top to Nembhard. Nembhard takes the 3 straight away. No good, hit the front rim, and it gets rebounded by Auburn. Tigers with it right back. 7:15 remaining. Drives inside for the Tigers, and there's going to be a foul picked up here as the clock will stop with 7:13. And it's going to send JT Thor here to the free throw line. Shooting 2 as the clock will stop. It was on Gonzaga for the personal. Yeah, that's huge, Chris. Gonzaga versus Baylor coming up. I plan on covering that game next Saturday, so hopefully I'll be able to cover that for you guys. And then they play Tennessee as well. They got or I think Tennessee dropped out, so it's West Virginia they got now. So they're gonna take on West Virginia on Wednesday instead of Tennessee because Tennessee had positive cases for their team, so they're gonna open up the season later. The schedule is just so in flux. Like we'll have so many just random games. Like Baylor they're throwing together a random game on Sunday night against Washington because both of the teams had like nobody to play against because they both started the season late due to positive tests. Gonzaga with the basketball takes it inside. They score up and in off the glass. 82-55. 6:40 left to go before halftime or before the final score of this one. And this one in the second half right now. Gonzaga with a reach in there. It's going to be by Nembhard as the clock will stop. JT Thor got the pass underneath. Yeah, Jalen Suggs is amazing, man. Yeah, he's going to be a one and done. I thought that Nembhard would have sat out this year, so he could just come in after Suggs finishes this year, and then Nembhard could play next year. I was surprised that they gave him a waiver. Like the NCAA basically gave like everybody waivers, besides like a couple of players. So free throws in the line by Auburn. First one's up and that one's good. Second one coming up by JT Thor. Really young team here for Auburn as they lost 5 seniors from this past season squad that had an impact on the roster and also lost Isaac Okoro to the NBA. 6.5 remaining in this one. Gonzaga now with the basketball. Anton Watson has it around the perimeter. Dribble drive inside Watson as he cannot finish right there. Too strong off the backboard. Rebound Auburn. Tigers move it out. Jones at the top of the key. Slides it over to the left wing to Flanagan. Flanagan dribbling a lot with the ball. Passing over. They're going to take a deep three way outside. That one's off the mark. No good. They get the offensive rebound now. Jalen Williams puts it back over to Flanagan. They were cooking early from three-point range. That's how they were able to stay winning in this game in the first half. But then in the second half, they've missed a ton of three-point shots as they are 9 for 24 from the floor. Pass inside over to Thor. Got knocked out of bounds by Gonzaga. And Auburn's going to have the basketball coming back here as the clock will stop. Yeah, unless St. John's versus Texas Tech gets postponed, or they might replace it with Arizona State versus Cal. Yeah, we have no clue. Like each and every day we have to take it with like this uncertain world that we're living on. Like we might go into like the day of the game, like a couple minutes before the game, and there's like a positive test, and they have to replace the game with something else. Yeah, West Virginia. That's a great matchup there because West Virginia has two really good rebounding bigs on their team, Oscar Tshiebwe and Derek Culver. So that's gonna be a fun game there, because that's like the first challenge. Because West Virginia has a pretty big roster to them. They're a solid rebounding team. 82-57. Gonzaga underneath inside and adding more to his resume tonight. Drew Timme with 28 as he puts that one good for two up and in. 84-57 with a 5:20 left to go. Do I think Kentucky's going to go to the Final Four? I don't have them currently in my Final Four, but once we get through the season, we will see. I've got Baylor, Gonzaga, Illinois, and Iowa right now. So I just have to see some more, and of course it's going to be in flux throughout the season. 5 minutes left to play. Auburn took the jumper, no good off the mark, and it gets rebounded by Gonzaga. Bulldogs with it. Timme moves it over to the right corner perimeter. Gonzaga has it. Driving inside, Joel Ayayi couldn't finish. Battle for the rebound, got tapped out of bounds by Auburn by number 10, J.T. Thornton. Gonzaga will have it back as the clock stops with 4:47. Yeah, Dominic Harris is yet to play so far. Same as Zakharov here. That's how deep Gonzaga is. They have so many like players here that was like top 100 recruits, and some of them haven't really like received any minutes. Yeah, that was crazy last season. Evansville beating Kentucky, and Evansville turned out to be one of the worst teams in college basketball. They went winless in their conference. 84-57, Auburn with the basketball off the rebound. They pass it over to the left wing, wide open. They take a three, they knock it down. 84-60 with 4:15 left remaining. Nembhard has it top of the key. Entry pass into the lane underneath Anton Watson, and that's going to be a blocking foul called on Auburn by J.T. Thors. The clock will stop with 4:12. It's going to send Watson to shoot two at the line. Yeah, Marvin Bagley's brother plays for Arizona State. I was able to cover Arizona State's games back-to-back nights. That was a great game. The first one against URI. That was a great shootout type of game. I'm a college basketball fan, by the way, of Providence and Rhode Island. I live in Massachusetts, like not too far away from Providence. I'm like 15 minutes away from the Rhode Island border. It's sad to see URI go down to 0-2. That was a game they should have had yesterday against Boston College, but I feel like BC is a better team than what people expect. They were able to play Villanova tight first night. 86-60 to score. Gonzaga scored inside. Auburn bounce pass got stolen away. Gonzaga full court pass. They tried to corral. They couldn't get it in time though as they put it back, got intercepted by Auburn. Tigers have it right back. Drives into the lane, floats it up. That's good for two by the Tigers. Scored there by Alan Flanagan. 86-62 with 3.5 remaining. Gonzaga now with the ball. Watson moves it over. A Ayayi pass over to Watson here at the left baseline. Slides it back out on top. Cook moves it over to the right wing. Nembhard takes the three. A lot of them hit the rim short, but a big offensive rebound there by Gonzaga from behind was Watson, who puts it back outside again. Ayayi takes another three, missed it. Rebound Tigers. Auburn going to spot up, take a three. That's way off the mark. Tyrell Jones missed it, and they get the offensive rebounds. Once again, Cambridge takes a three, no good. Rebound Gonzaga. 3 minutes left to play. Gonzaga has controlled this game just like yesterday from the very start. Pass underneath over to the big fella. 7-footer Omar Ballo puts it up and under for 2 off the backboard. He's good. 88-62. Final 2:40 remaining. Yeah, Ballo getting a couple minutes here for Ballo today. So Ballo's played 5 so far. He's in the game right now. Auburn just completely got around Gonzaga's defense right there and then tore it down with a right-handed flush by JT Thor. Oh, indeed, Landon. They look so dangerous. My reactions yesterday to Gonzaga, this team, spot on. Looks like a Final Four team this year. They can put up a ton of points, and they're going to have good non-conference competition to really build that resume here and solidify their top ranking, as they got West Virginia coming up on Wednesday. That's going to be a good test because they got a couple really good bigs for West Virginia. Baylor on Saturday is going to be a huge showdown, as we're going to go to a timeout now. And then they also got Iowa. That should be a game where points are flying off the board left and right. December 19th against Iowa. 88-64, 2:13 remaining before this game finishes up. All Gonzaga controlling right from the start. Out in this one, Gonzaga plus 15 on the boards, 42-27. Once again, just too good inside. 53% shooting by Gonzaga, holding Auburn to 40% from the floor. Auburn in panic mode as once Gonzaga started to pull away, Auburn just jacked up a bunch of threes and they missed a ton from the outside. As far as scoring in this game, it's been living through the low post in this one as far as points in the paint. 52 points in the paint in this game out of the 88 for Gonzaga. And Auburn just not going to the paint, as they only have 18 points in the paint today by Auburn, as they've gone with a 3-ball in this one. It was working early, but as of late, though, they've been panicking and taking bad shots, and that's how Gonzaga's really pulled away in this one. Yeah, Chris puts out Suggs will be a top 10 to 15 pick easy if he plays at least as he has through these first 2 games and gets the season throughout injuries. Yeah, he's looking like a top 10 pick in the 2021 draft. It's looking good. James Madison winning 31-30. Thanks so much for the update, Steve. Let's see here. Quick scoreboard update. Virginia having a lot of trouble against San Francisco. Virginia leads 46-43 with 7:30 remaining in that game. And Xavier having some trouble with Toledo. Ouch. 38-34. Xavier having trouble with Toledo. And that's good for me to hear, because I'm a Providence fan myself. And Providence opens up Big East play on December 12th against Xavier. And that's at home. So if Xavier's having trouble right now, that's right there. Providence needs to take advantage of that game. And Providence has the chance here to possibly become ranked at the end of this year. They got a pretty favorable schedule in their way to be ranked if they take care of their games. They got Xavier to start off Big East play. They got UConn. That could very well go either way. They also got Seton Hall in there, and they also got Butler. And Butler had a lot of trouble in their first game against Western Michigan. So they avoid seeing Creighton and Villanova, the top 2 predicted teams in the Big East, to start off conference play. So they won't see them until the new year. So 2 minutes left remaining here. We're back from timeout. 88-64 to score. Yeah, no game is guaranteed to go ahead this season. There's going to be so many cancellations this year, but they'll make them up, and we'll still have college basketball, and the goal is to have a 2021 NCAA tournament. Auburn missed a jumper right there as Gonzaga gets the rebound underneath. Nembhard dribbles at the left baseline, moves it back to the left wing. Gonzaga putting in a couple of their key reserves now into the game, as Zakharov getting some playing time to end this game. Turnaround jumper off the mark, no good by Zakharov. Rebound by Auburn. Tigers now with the ball, 1.5 minutes remaining. Auburn takes the 3. Jamal Johnson knocks it down. 88-67. 1:19 left to go before this stream finishes up. Gonzaga has it as they break the double team trap. Nembhard now with the ball at the left wing. Takes the deep 2. It's up, and he hits it right there. His foot was on the 3-point line, so they called it 2. 90-67, 1 minute left to go. I had predicted here in the pregame, I predicted Gonzaga 92-66. So my prediction's actually pretty close. 50 seconds remain in this one, as Elliott is back. Welcome him back for the final minute here, as this is all Gonzaga controlling this game from start to finish. Auburn takes the three, left corner, no good. They get the offensive rebound. They put it back, as that is up and under. A foul committed, though, as it will be on, I think it's on, is it on Auburn here as the clock will stop? Yeah, it's on Auburn. They pushed off underneath, so they won't count the bucket. And it's going to go right back to Gonzaga. Final 35 seconds. Gonzaga now with the ball. Will Graves with the ball, so they get in their reserves right now into the game for Gonzaga to close it out. Final 30 seconds here in this one, as Gonzaga just lets the shot clock go out, and Auburn will have the ball with 26.6. Yeah, they play round number 1 and 2 every 4 years for the men's tournament in Spokane. It was supposed to be last year. Gonzaga had a good chance of being there, too. I hear you, man. Yeah, it was just unfortunate when March Madness was canceled. Deep three by Powell, no good for Auburn. Tipped up in the air to get the offensive rebound. They're going to dribble back out, take a right corner three. It's off the mark, and they get another offensive board. 5 seconds left. Powell takes the three, misses another one. And the rebound, Gonzaga, as they hold it, and that is the ball game right there. Gonzaga gets the W as they win it by 23, 90-67. That is the final score of today's game here, folks. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Some early morning basketball, the earliest stream I have ever covered before the channel. I've never covered a game starting in the AM. I've always covered a PM game before, so that's the first time I've covered an AM game before for a start time right there. I'll be back in a little bit. Seton Hall versus Louisville at 4 Eastern time, so 3 hours from now, I'll be back for my second and final stream today. But yeah, blowout. I predicted this one. I predicted Gonzaga in this game 92-66. My prediction was actually pretty close there, but man, they can put up a ton of points, and they are just so dangerous. And once again, Drew Timme, he is showing that he could possibly be the top big man in all college basketball this year. Timme shows up. Another game. Great game for Timme. 28 points, 10 rebounds for him. 11 for 16 from the floor. Corey Kispert, once again, great game. 25 points for him. 4 for 8 from the perimeter. And Jalen Suggs today, 12 points. He had 6 assists, 2 steals for Jalen Suggs in 25 minutes of action. This one had a great alley-oop jam in the mid-pack of that second half there for Jalen Suggs. As for Auburn, they only had like one go-to player in this game. Alan Flanagan was the one. Alan Flanagan kept his team early into the game, making triples. He was 4 for 7 from the outside. He finished with 20 points. The rest of his roster, though, finished with either 11 points or less in this one. That's awesome. Gonzaga getting a number 33 ranked recruit, best in the decade out of China for 2022 class. That is great, man. Thanks so much, Chris, for stopping on by here. Definitely going to see Bradley back for his Cardinals. Louisville Seton Hall at 4 Eastern today for that one. And we'll keep you guys posted. We'll have the final score by then of the San Francisco-Virginia game. So Virginia might be suffering an L there and a big shocking loss. We will see. I'll give you guys the updates when we do go back live on 4 throughout the scores and what we have today. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys. Before I sign off, hit the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and ring that notification bell as well. As this is Behind the Arc Basketball, everybody. I'll be back later today. Gonzaga coming out with a W. Easily. Controlled the entire game. 2-0 for Gonzaga. 90-67 the final. As that's a wrap here on Behind the Arc Basketball. Enjoy the rest of your Black Friday.